Today's quick topic of the show is Nicki Minaj has an issue with Jay-Z. Apparently, she was supposed to get a settlement with, a deal gone wrong with Jay-Z's company, Title. He sold it off or what have you, and she was promised $100 million or what have you. She only got $1 million out of the deal. What's your thoughts on that? You think Jay-Z is scamming over there, or what's your case? Or you think Nicki Minaj, maybe she got a deal and she should be happy with what she got?
You gonna probably look at me crazy. I say tighten up. I say tighten up in your paperwork, tighten up in your deals, tighten up in the business. Like we all know at this point in the game that like a lot of handshake deals happen, right, in the industry, especially stuff that's like built off friendships. Get your paperwork together. I was just having this conversation about, Kaya, my neck, my back. It's her 20th anniversary, and then she had like all this bad press and all this stuff. But guess what? Her paperwork wasn't right about her music. Like I talked to a lot of people in the industry, and people are starting to tighten up on their music. So I'm saying, like, if you going into a deal about a music streaming app that at the time was Black owned, where was your lawyers? Where was like all of this that's supposed to be happening? Because if your paperwork was tightened up, you wouldn't be on social media crying about it. You'd be in the courtroom suing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I only got $1 million. Yeah, because you took a handshake deal. That's what you did. So that's how I feel about that. Like, I can't go into a venue, right? And I arrange a deal to throw a party there. And then at the end of the night, I said, oh yeah, and I want this too. Like, it don't work that way. You got to arrange everything in the beginning, or when you know that that's about to shift, you need to send the paperwork. And if you ain't tighten up in the beginning, you snooze, you lose. That's the unfortunate side about it. So yes, I feel bad for her, but I also feel like at this stage in the game, you should know better.
So let me ask this, because it seems like with the artists, even if they're A-lister like Nicki Minaj or Cardi B or something like that, it seems like maybe the label or whoever's working with them, the businessman, is always trying to get over. Why do you think that is? Why they can't just come to the table with a fair deal?
Because you know what? A lot of people think that there's money in music, and there's no money in music. The money is behind the big companies pushing money into the artist. There's no direct money in music. It's all about the promotion. It's about what you can sell from the music. But think about it. When you go and write a lyric, for every word you write, are you getting $1 for every letter? No. You got to hope and pray, wish on a star that whatever you pen and whatever you produce is going to produce into something that's marketable. That's what the music game is about. It's all about marketing yourself, marketing your music, marketing what you look, marketing all of that. So there's no money in music. That's why you see so many celebrities going to get restaurants. They start in tax credit businesses because there's no money in it. You're supposed to take what you earn from it and move on. That's why these record labels, they 360 deals be so trash, and people be online getting upset about these deals. I'm saying it's no money in music. You literally are funding a picture. Like literally a picture of a person, you're funding that. You put millions of dollars behind that. But what in turn, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to turn into something else. And when you think about a business, right, you put a product out there. Say this product costs you $3, right? You hope to make 12. You hope to make the 12, right? So imagine that $3 being a person, and you put in 3 million. You put in 3 million, they probably hoping to make more than 50, more than 100 off of that 3 mil that they invested. What people don't be understanding is that they don't be understanding the books, that for them to fund you, they literally funding you as a person, like they taking care of you. They funding your lifestyle, they funding what it look like. And then when the check come around, you got $0.03. And you like, how I don't understand. I sold this, I did this. No, you didn't sell anything. They put money behind you to make you look good, to sell you to things, to sell you to brands. And then they're going to get their money back. You got to pay them people back. It's like a devil's deal.
So do you think in the future maybe we'll go towards like maybe someone teaching the record contract to these artists who come in and they just don't know the game? You can see anybody maybe doing a school for record contracts?
The thing about it is the knowledge has been out there for years. Big
Mm,
celebrities been talking about it for years. Nobody listens because everybody is wearing rose-colored glasses when it comes to fame and the cost of fame.
mm,
The key is that you stay independent and you fund your own stuff and you reap the direct rewards of what you put out, right? But that don't get you the big stuff. The person who did it the most, and I was talking about it earlier, was Cardi. Cardi
mm,
she literally capitalized on herself. She went from being a dancer, then she started putting out her own music, paying for her own studio time. And she got to deal with a Fashion Nova. There's actually a lot of avenues that's out here that's available for artists to make money. You just got to sell yourself to social media that you could literally foot your own bill. But some people don't want to go that way. People think that the record deal is the best way to go. And if you're going to go with the record deal way, understand you're not leaving with no money, friend. You
mm,
not they not gonna let you leave with nothing. You'd be surprised if you even get the masters to your stuff. I'd be surprised when I be reading. I'm like, that company done paid that person to look like this, to be like this, and they gonna give them the masters? That was stupid. Because
mm,
I mean, I wouldn't do it. If I funded your entire existence as far as you being a celebrity, and then you trying to take the masters, I'm like, what? No. And then
mm.
they be crying. Then they be crying. This is what happens. Stay independent.
So what about touring? Do you think there's a lane there for people touring? Beyonce, Chris Brown, Mary J. Blige, when these people tour, they do pretty well. What about touring? Do
Yeah,
you think that's a lane for them to make money?
that's the best way. That's the way that artists make money. They don't make money anywhere else.
Mm,
That's how I know when somebody broke. That's how I
mm.
know. When you start seeing them touring all the time, I'm like, they broke. They need some money. They need some money.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
what? Also, when they tour, you know they got to get permission from the record labels to even perform those songs.
Mm,
Yeah, because they don't own them. They don't
that
own
makes
the
sense.
songs.
That
Yeah.
makes
They
sense.
gotta get permission from the record labels. That's why sometimes you'll go to a concert and it'd be one song that you wanna hear, but they didn't get the clearance to perform it. So, yeah,
Mm.
that's how they make money. I'm like, "Ooh, they broke."
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, maybe that's why Chris Brown does, I don't know, charge 1,000 for a picture. You know what I mean? If you get 1,000 people, 500 people want to take a picture with him, that's pretty good, you
Right.
know? Mm,
But then you also gotta look at the time when they not touring. What income do they got
mm.
when they
It's
not
tough.
touring? Yeah.
It's
Like,
tough.
you know, Rihanna, a prime example. You don't see Rihanna on tour often. You know why? Because she built the business. So she got steady income coming
Mm,
in. So she could decide if she wanna she took her celebrity and turned it into something that was profitable for herself. That's what Rihanna did. That's what Cardi did. That's what Jay-Z eventually did. Like instead of just dropping records after records after records, still trying to chase, imaginary money. No, you take what you least try to get, or you get a business to invest in you and you give them maybe 50%. That's more money than you get from sitting in the studio for all them hours. And
mm,
you make it successful and you build that business based off of your celebrity, off your fame. That's the game. That's the
mm,
game. And people don't see it that way, but the information been out there for years. People just don't listen. People think that they get a record deal, they rich, and you're not. You in a
mm,
hole. They give you $3 million, you gotta pay the $3 million back. They
mm.
ain't give it to you just because.
Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense.